Swift start. Rebecca's not here, is she? We need more chairs. We need more chairs. Oh, wow. Yeah. No, go ahead. Okay. Right, guys, if anyone who's young and capable to sit on the floor, sorry, we've run out of chairs, would make space for the older people. You're welcome to sit on the floor. I'm so sorry. This is mental. I'm sorry. I didn't expect that. If you want to make space for the people who aren't able to sit so well, whoever is there. Sorry, go ahead. Jesus fucking Christ, what is this? Oh, is this recording? Fuck. I'm doing this, but wait. Oh God, sorry about this. Is it? Good, yes. Okay, wonderful. It's going to switch off and you'll need my fingerprint to unlock it. Okay. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day one. I would like to introduce to you Astrid Harms, which is doing Beyond Visualization, integrating future vision hypnosis and the mind-body science. So please welcome Astrid.
Hello. Well, hello and welcome, everyone. Jesus Christ, this is a lot of people. I didn't expect that. Earlier I was like, oh, there's 5 people. What have I done wrong? And everybody's in this room. But you were all waiting for the speech, for the big speech to happen. So, wow, this is a bit overwhelming. Anyway, welcome. I'll be talking about exactly that, beyond visualization, telling you that visualization alone is not enough and that we can do much more than that and that we can actually change the state that we're in, and this is the state theory of hypnosis, Hans Rudy's in the back there, to achieve much better, much deeper transformation. That's the word. And if I lose words, I'm at the age where you do that as a woman, so forgive me. Anyway, so the reason I am doing this is last year I attended Anne's here, by the way, future visioning courses. And she teaches how to use future visioning for your clients to help them, well, basically achieve your goals faster. And one of the protocols especially I started using with my health clients, with my mind-body clients, and they just get this amazing transformation. And I was like, so do we need to build a protocol based on evidence, or think about the science first and then build the protocol for it? Or can I find any reasons why this is working so well? So that's why I went searching for, okay, can we prove this? And this is not a desperate attempt. I've been looking at, okay, this, there's some science that is strong, some that is moderate, and some that is not so strong. So I'll only be talking about that. And I'm not going to make it sciencey for the people who were at my last year's talk. That was incredibly theoretical. So this one's going to be more practical. And we will have a demo somewhere in the middle. I hope you're all ready. Are you ready?
Yes.
Wonderful. So this is me. I'm a hypnotherapist and coach. I'm based near Amsterdam. And I specialize in people who have chronic issues, autoimmune, inflammatory. Tinnitus is my other specialty. I'm a bit of a science nerd. So with tinnitus, I went on the same kind of search to see why can't we heal tinnitus just like that. And that's what I talked about last year. And that's why I'm known as the tinnitus lady. Last night, 2 or 3 people came up to me, oh, you're the tinnitus lady. So that's what happens all the time now in this field. And there's Anne. I've had fun with AI to make this presentation. So one of the sentences that stuck with me is, future visioning seems to pull your future goals closer to the present and lets them happen faster. And this is actually true. Why is this, though? That's the good question. And this is both for business goals and financial goals and also health goals. And I'm focusing mainly on health, but you could use this for anything. So chronic and psychosomatic health conditions, I mean, most of you will know this, are usually autoimmune, inflammatory, and stress-related. Stress is the biggest factor in those diseases that we can't explain by anything else. And most diseases are caused by a mix of genetic stress and some other epigenetic factors. And epigenetics is at least partially caused by past experience. And they are often complex and multifactorial, and they don't have a clear medical cause. And that's why your doctor will tell you, well, there's nothing we can do for you, so just go home, take these pills, and, we'll hope you get better. And lots of clients I deal with have anxiety, they're depressed, and it's like life is really becoming really dark because it's like, I've lost so much. So what you can help them to do is either accept their disease, their condition, and live on that level, or to do the most to relieve the factors that we can remove, stress mainly, and help them get better. So I've had one client who's had, what's it called again? A rare disease, myasthenia gravis, who's now absolutely symptom-free, and he has been for 1.5 years now. And some other clients with the same story. So I'm using him because he's willing to talk about it. Or I don't usually get feedback from clients, which is a bit of a problem. But this one, that's like, wow, yeah, he's saying, I don't know anything else that would have helped me so much. And I believe it's because we took away the stress and let him think about his life differently. So these diseases are always exacerbated by stress, because you are stressed from your life, from your business, from your job. Clients who are in helping positions, they tend to get tinnitus, arthritis, they tend to get fibromyalgia. Their body is saying, this is too much. Get out of there, stop it. And tinnitus as well. So what I very often get, and I've got 90% tinnitus clients at the moment, is that people will even either end their relationships, their toxic relationships, or will tell their child who's being not nice to bugger off, I'll swear. And they also often leave their jobs and change their jobs just to something calmer, and they just find more purpose in their life after. And that's an important factor. Purpose, identity will be important factors. Now, this is one important part, I think, that we have in future visioning and in all other modalities really as well. This is just one protocol I'm demonstrating it on. But predictive coding, that is a theory of the brain that everything you've experienced in your life so far will in some way, shape or form have an impact on your conscious or non-conscious decisions. So if you've been in 5, Ronnie is talking about toxic relationships, your brain is going to say, nah, I'm not getting into any more relationships because they're all, do something bad, they're all toxic. All women are like this, all those generalizations are part of that predictive coding system, for example. And the standard, you hear a noise in the bushes and you think it's a lion because if your brain always goes towards threat, it always tends to protect you and tends to detect threat. And really it's just a cat or, or the wind or whatever it is. So predictive coding builds a map of the world based on your past experience. And that experience will stay the same until you change it actively. That's really what we do as hypnotherapists. What we do is we go in, change a memory, for example, we change it with regression, with timeline, with anything else, or we give the brain a prediction error by giving it, by giving it an experience that contradicts the old experience. And then the brain's forced to update that old prediction and make it more positive. So if this is the threat direction, and you've got this, whatever it is, showing you the way, this compass, and this is safe, with a session that helps you to, for example, I don't know, public speaking. Public speaking is dangerous. Oh my God, I'm so scared. And then with that new experience where you imagine, where you visualize that you are safe, that everybody's clapping and everything is fine, that compass goes into safe direction. And that is how you can change your map bit by bit. If you go into the specific experiences, then you're changing it like little puzzle pieces. But you can also change it by going a bit higher. And you all probably know, or most of you will know, the Dilt's pyramid of hierarchy of needs. Yeah, I'll get into that in a minute. But he's got a proper hierarchy. It's not quite a hierarchy. There's bidirectional stuff as well. But if you have a purpose, and most people who are depressed, who I come across, don't have a purpose in life anymore. Like the grandmother who's lost her grandchildren to a divorce, and the partner who had the children moved away. So she's like, I'm not living for anything anymore, so I can just, leave this planet, and I would if I didn't believe in God. That was pretty much her exact words at the time. And this is what I come across a lot of the time. So yes, so the brain doesn't just predict the outside world and your experiences, it also predicts your internal state. So if you are, you hear the noise in the bushes, your body thinks it is a lion, it is dangerous, your heart rate's going up, you start breathing faster, and your brain detects that and automatically creates a feedback loop to make it worse and worse. So, and if you start worrying about too many things all the time, that is chronic stress. You also have a lot of low-level stress where you are just overly, you just, like a mum who's got kids, she's got a job, she's got a household, she's got a husband who's not helping her. That will create a chronic stress load and emotional overload that also leads to chronic stress. And also adverse childhood experiences. And by the way, everything I'm saying is science-based. I'm just not mentioning it because I don't want to bore everyone this year. Next year, maybe again. So adverse childhood experiences, trauma, worry, anxiety, depression as well, and physical signals. They bias those predictions, the compass, into negative threat direction and into stress direction. Because we know threat is a signal for the body to get ready to fight, flight, or freeze. You all know that, parasympathetic versus sympathetic state. Well, sympathetic versus parasympathetic, to keep that direction. And that will keep you stressed, that will keep you in hypervigilance, and that will keep your bodily arousal high. So you have cortisol, you have different hormones that keep this loop up. And again, that's another feedback loop that you keep having. So the more stress you have, the more you get. Because we become less resilient to emotions and to stress, we become a lot more susceptible to triggers and to stress. So you might all know this from yourselves. So now we go from stress to health impact. What does this do to the body? So oh Jesus, I'm sweating. That's also an autonomic reaction to heat. Relaxing now. Cooling down. All right, okay. So adverse childhood experiences are a broad basis for future stress, and they're a big predictor of future stress susceptibility. So they will always make your experience more threat-based. And that's why regression, why all of those things that reparenting, all of those things work really well because you are going back to that experience, to that basis, and you're resolving that. I don't know about the temporal thing, whether the brain actually sees, okay, the past, the further you go into the past, the better we can solve this. I don't know about that because I haven't found anything about that in the scientific literature. But of course, those will be big things for a little child on the stress part if the mama leaves, because they don't know they're coming back. If you're grown up and you're stressed because your wife's gone on a bender or your husband, then you know they're coming back. So it's not as bad or as dramatic, life-threatening to you. So chronic stress activates your HPA axis. Do we all know what that is? The hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and adrenal gland activation. That means the hypothalamus is going to activate the production of stress hormones, of cortisol and adrenaline. And that can be chronically activated as well, which is what we talked about. That will cause at some point, by the way, together with glucose, with sugar, with insulin, that's all part of it, will cause inflammation with most people, unless you're incredibly resilient to stress, and we all like to say we are, but we're not. And that causes or can cause or contributes to oxidative stress and also epigenetic changes. This is research that's come out over the past 1 or 2 years, mainly, or maybe 3 now, that oxidative stress means reactive oxygen species. Okay, how do I express that in so the cells that you have in your body, we're all made up of cells, and when oxidative stress comes, your cells break and don't build properly. Epigenetic changes. Epigenetics means that on your genes you have these little bits, the SNPs, SNPs they're called, and when they change, through stress, they're being told to change, then they produce proteins that build the cells differently than before. So basically, what you have are bricks that are not stable for your house. That's what you're building on. And your body keeps building that until you relieve the stress. And then your body will, or the epigenetic changes are reversible, not entirely, but they are. So your body can, once you've gotten rid of that stress, become healthy again, or healthier. So we don't have evidence that we can completely reverse it yet. And again, the feedback loop, when you are stressed and when you have those hormones wreaking havoc in your system, cortisol will activate insulin, or will play games with insulin so that you gain weight. So you become wider, heavier, and the fat that you have, the fat cells you have, they will also again cause stress for your body and make it all worse again. So exercise is important as a contributing factor to health, she says, and yeah, of course, physical and psychological stress both are important to address. And at some point, when this feedback loop becomes more and more and bigger, your chronic stress becomes your new biology, your new reality. But we can change that with going into, with our thoughts, with our emotions, because so the thing is, you have a brain that has emotions and thoughts, or the thoughts evoke emotions and the perception that comes in from outside. The emotions have an influence on the HPA axis and the hormonal expression and neurotransmitters. You'll know about that, Louise? You're standing now, you're not sitting anymore.
Because I couldn't see your slides.
Oh, damn. They're spacey. And so, where was I? I was in the hormones, wasn't I? Ooh. Okay, right. So the hormones and that whole causal chain that we have, that is going to have a health impact on you. And yes, so you can always change that back to positive. So if you stop stressing so much, if you're able to increase your stress resilience, if you're able to find purpose, identity again, in short, which is what we're going to do in a moment, then your health will become better to a certain extent, because you are not giving it that psychological stress anymore. And you will, or you can be, more likely to go exercise because it's fun, because then your idea of yourself, or your importance of yourself, changes in a way that you take yourself seriously. You want to be doing good for yourself and not just be there for everybody else. So some clients of mine, they are always there for somebody else. They're always, in the helping professions especially, they don't take care of themselves. My mum does the same. She's got bad tinnitus. That's why I got into tinnitus at the time. And she'll always be like, no, you'll take the last piece of chocolate. No, you take this. No, you go ahead. I'll stay behind and watch the kids. Always. So that's quite a trait that I find in my clients who have any chronic diseases, most chronic diseases. The ones that come to me anyway. So this is more anecdotal. But where are we going? We're going to the next slide. Okay, so you're thinking, I'd like you to all close your eyes for a moment, just a moment, and imagine, and everybody knows this, I think, but imagine in front of, lift up your hand and just imagine that there's a big juicy lemon in that hand. Just pull it to your nose, closer to your face, and take a deep sniff in. And just notice what that does. What does that smell like? What does that do inside your body? And now just open your mouth, put the lemon closer, and take a deep bite. How's that? How's that? Anyone notice anything? Strong? It's awful. Who said sour? It's sour? Okay. Salivating? Yeah. Anyone else? So what happened there? Was there a lemon? No. What was there? The power of imagination. And this is exactly what future visioning does as well. Are you ready for a demo? Anyone? And if you don't want to take part, that's fine as well. So the protocol, you know what? we're going to do it first, and then I don't need to explain. What's the time? Anyone got the time?
10:15.
10:15. When did we start? 15 minutes ago. Till 45, so I've got half an hour. Okay, thank you. All right then. Anyone who would like to take part, just go ahead and take a deep breath in. That's right. Oh, yeah. And as you breathe out, you don't need to go long. Just breathe out. Close your eyes. Ooh. Okay, just, oh, there we go. I fucked it up already, didn't I? No, just go ahead. Again, deep breath in. You don't need to go along. And as you breathe out, just close your eyes. Find yourself going down all the way. I mean, you're all hypnotherapists. You've all done this before. You've meditated. You've done all of the things. So you know what it's like to go down deep inside yourself into introspection. And just imagine yourself floating in space. And with each breath that you take, you can find yourself going deeper and deeper and deeper into yourself to a wonderful garden. Just imagine a wonderful garden that you're walking through. And just have a look around you and just smell and hear what's happening there. Are there flowers? Are there plants? Are there birds singing? And just notice how, if there is anything you don't like, you can make it better for yourself so that it's perfect for you. And as you're walking through your garden, imagine yourself going deeper and deeper. And just enjoy the weather. Maybe there's a light breeze. Animals that you haven't seen, haven't noticed, but they're, oh my God, they're so cute. There's a squirrel running. Oh, or there's some birds singing, whatever it is. And as you're enjoying your garden, just go ahead to the end of it and notice there's a gate in your garden. Just open the door. And there's a path that you've never been along, and that path feels amazing under your feet. Just walk along. Feel the grass, feel the weather on your skin, the temperature. It's perfect just for you. And as you're walking on, find yourself looking at the building in the distance. And as you come closer, you notice it's a crystal tower. It's almost entirely see-through, and you can see there's an elevator going up. And you're curious, and it looks so inviting, and you know this is for you. This is your place. And with every step you take, you're feeling better and better going up to it. Allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into this world of wonder. As you're walking towards the crystal tower and you're entering, just look around it and look how amazing it looks, the hall at the bottom, and going to the elevator, and it's already waiting for you. It's known that you would be coming now. And you walk inside the elevator and it just closes without any noise, any resistance, and takes you up. It's still, you're floating, you're weightless. And it's taking you all the way up. Doors open. And you find yourself in a room facing 3 doors. Everything is crystal clear, but those doors are opaque. You cannot see through them yet. So you go to the door on your left, and you see a sign on it saying, "This is your future in 5 years' time." And you know if you go through it, you will be experiencing your future the way it is if you keep doing what you're doing. And if you stay the way you are. And I would just like you to experience that future now. Where are you? What is it that you're doing? Who's with you? Family, friends, people. What is it that you do for work or for in your daily life? And how do you feel? How is your health? And I would like you to really feel into your body what it feels like now in 2031. And just notice what has changed since 2026. Is it better than it was? Is it worse? Have you become stronger or weaker? And how do you feel every day? And when you've taken all of this in, I would like you to look back towards that door and see all of the regrets, all of the things that you did not do, that you have always wanted to do. I want you to see all the mistakes that you made, that you now wish you hadn't made. And just take all of those in. No need to do that consciously, just soak them up for now into your memory. And when you've done that, I would like you to come back to the crystal tower, to that hall with the 3 doors. And I'd like you to shut that door firmly behind you and put a big lock on. If you did not want to be that. Now the second door, the middle door behind that, you know now that you will find the future that you will have without all of those regrets, without all of those obstacles in your way. When you have done all the things you've been planning to do for so long that you've been wanting to do. So open the door, go in. And again, where are you? Who are you with? How do you feel? What's the work you do? What do you do every day? And how's your body feeling? Is it better? Is it worse? Is it stronger? Or has it become weaker? And what is it you're doing in your life? This is what you've been wanting to do. So how's that worked out? With all the regrets taken away that you had and the past trajectory of your life. What's it like now? Now I'd like you to take all of that in and come back and to the hallway once more. And now you've got the third door. And what could that future be? That future is the life that you will have in 5 years' time, when there is no regrets, no obstacles, And just imagine there's nothing at all holding you back, nothing ever. Any, I can't do it because of this is gone. Everything is possible in that life. So just walk through that door and go inside. Notice where you are, what you do, who's with you. And what is it that you do now that there's nothing holding you back? Just imagine that for a moment. And how do you feel? How does your body feel now that you've been doing everything that you've always dreamt of? Nobody's held you back. You are absolutely enjoying life. You're amazing at what you do. You have exactly the relationships that you want. And just notice how that feels now. How's your body feeling with that? And really feel into your body, feel into what it is you feel like now. How do you wake up every day? And it could be anything. It can be your job, it can be your health, it can be your relationships, whatever it is, money, anything. How do you feel now that you've achieved that? Now I want you to really, really, really call up that feeling and just feel it in your body. And just imagine now that that feeling is at a 1. And we're going up to 10, so go up to 2. Make it stronger, double it in size. And a 3, double it again. And it's becoming so strong. And we're at a 3, now we're at a 4, and a 5. Just imagine how that feeling is growing. It's growing inside your body. It's making its way out of your body. It's expanding. It's expanding you. It's expanding all the way outside of your body. And it's so strong. You can feel it. Feel it in your body, how it's healing whatever needs to be healed. That feeling is what you need. That feeling is what you want. And a 5, a 6, a 7, 8, a 9. Oh yeah, look at that. How do you stand in that future? How do you walk? How do you move? That's right. And now at a 10, and hold it. Just imagine, what does that feel like? And live it. What is that like? And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to hold that feeling and put together 2 fingers to anchor this beautiful feeling so that you can take it away afterwards. So make it a 10, put together 2 fingers, and every time you sleep and every time you dream, this feeling can come back again and again and again. This beautiful feeling can come back again and again and again, every time you sleep and every time you dream. That's right. And you'll find yourself becoming healthier and healthier every day, feeling better and feeling so much more relaxed in the day-to-day troubles that you used to have in the past. And just imagine this is you now. This is what you are now. This is how you feel now. Every morning that you wake up, you will wake up refreshed and like new. That's right. So now walk back, taking that feeling back to the hallway. And you can let go of those fingers, knowing that now this is your new reality. That's right. Walk back to the hallway, enjoying that feeling, taking that lift, down, floating, down, out of the elevator at the bottom, and saying goodbye to that crystal tower. Walking back along the path to your own garden. And just notice how light your step is now. how different you feel, how much more capable, amazing, and anything that used to bother you is of no importance anymore. And as you return to your garden, just notice how much more colorful the plants seem. How wonderful the sky looks, and the combination of the plants, the trees, and the sky. And how it changed to be even more you. And whenever you're ready to come back out of your garden into real life and bringing back all of this feeling for the entire conference and the rest of your life, I'd like you to just come back out, open your eyes, and feel absolutely amazing. Now, so how was that? Everybody back? Wonderful. How's everyone feeling? Good.
Yeah, another bit complicated because when you said like open the first door, and I could already, when I went through, I could already see myself, and I already felt like healthier and successful.
Yeah.
I was feeling I was in the place I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And then you say, when leave that door and lock it, and I was like, no, I'm not locking it.
Sorry, yeah, that's right.
And then you said, and on the second door, all the regrets you have. I said, I have no
You don't have any
regrets.
regrets. That's
Really,
good for
You
you.
know what it is? I said, no, I'm not doing this. So I decided to open all the 3 doors at the
Yeah.
same time and said, all 3 doors are taking me to the same place.
There you go.
To the first one.
If you've already got the
Because I was
perfect
like,
life, yeah, you're one of the few people, I think, who have a perfect life.
Oh.
Or anybody else who have that same thing, who's living their perfect life already?
I'm pretty much
In good.
perfect life right now.
Well, yeah, okay. Okay. All right then.
Yeah, maybe
No, you're
I
right.
didn't understand you, because, maybe I didn't understand you when you said open the first door. I didn't understand what you
Yeah.
meant. Or...
Well, this is for health clients who all have that stress, who all have regrets. None of them are like, I have nothing in my life. I'm living the perfect life. I mean, you're perfectly healthy. I mean, you as anyway. So so you can see the impact that the health, physical health, has on your mental health as well, and how you're feeling. Anybody else living the perfect life had no regrets and thought, I want to stay in the first life? Hillary, okay, 4 people.
I didn't understand the instructions.
Oh, you didn't understand the instructions. Okay.
Probably I didn't.
All right.
I thought it was really good that you had that option.
Mhm.
If you didn't want to necessarily close that door, you don't have to. Like, from
Yeah, you don't
inside
have to know, yeah.
life, it's that I'm willing to accept
That's true.
all the parts of my life.
Yeah,
So I was
Yeah.
happy to leave the door open.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's nice to have that choice.
yeah.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so what happened here? Imagery and perception. So this is all we did. Did anybody feel different?
Yeah.
Yes? Anybody not feel different at all? Nobody. Good. Or at least nobody's admitting it. So you've activated your brain in this to believe that this is your current life. That future that you were hoping for, we've pulled that forward. That's exactly what I did with this. And you experienced, hopefully, the emotion to some extent. I mean, this is a group demo, obviously, so I can't do an individual thing. I would normally build in what the client says, their own world, etc. So this is a general demo. And this brain activation emotion that we've done, and this, oh yeah, I can just leave that away, or I can just forget about this. I mean, there's lots of suggestion in there as well. That influences your subsequent conscious perception. This is going to influence how you go through life. And it also has an influence on heart rate, muscle activation, ANS responses. So if you ever want to, how much? 10 minutes. Okay, good. If you ever want to help a client go into parasympathetic state, sorry, sympathetic is easy, tell them to breathe, tell them to imagine birdsong. Birdsong is evolutionarily one of the best things to help us relax, because it means the environment is safe, because birds don't sing when it's not safe. So you would have all those responses, your heart rate would have slowed down, and when you're feeling amazing, when you're feeling good in that perfect life that you've had, and of course it's not the purpose is not to say, yeah, I want to divorce my wife and move to South America or something. That's not going to be your reality now, but that feeling is even bigger than the one of the middle life. And that's why I love this way. Oh, can you read this? No, I'll read it. The mechanism of the three futures. So first of all, in that first future, you have a activation of discrepancy. So the clients that I have, they don't want the life they have. Or if you've got somebody who's anxious or depressed, that same mental health issues, same thing. So they see the present pattern that they have with looking back. Or what mistakes have you made? What have you not done? Okay, they're coming. You've got, you see the future cost, especially in health. If you are 5 years on from, an eating disorder, you'll see the results then. I don't work with eating disorders, it's just the most obvious one now. And it raises your motivational salience. Salience means it's more important to you to do something about it. All of a sudden it's like, oh my God, the realization, oh my God, what's going to happen to me if I keep going like this, I can now clearly see it. This is very similar. These two lives are similar to stop smoking sessions, to some stop smoking protocols, because you can see your health deteriorating because you are smoking, for example. And it shows what you are at the moment avoiding and your bad habits to yourself. You don't even need to tell me. Then future 2 is updating that prediction by revising your future model and just getting you out of that state of, yeah, well, there's nothing I can do, because that fatalistic uncertainty that we have, that can go away when we realize, oh, actually, I can do something different, okay? And then it strengthens your perceived agency, because it's been 5 years into the future, I've been able to change my life by changing these habits, maybe incrementally. It's 5 years, that's a long time. And it gives you a behavioral alternative. You might not become a marathon runner in 5 years' time, or even 2 years' time when you're pulling your future towards you, or your intentions, because you're not really pulling the future towards you. You're pulling your goals and intentions further towards you, and you're taking out the obstacles. That's what's really happening. And the future can be safe. You realize that in the second one, and there's less worry. Of course, this was a very short demonstration. That was not the full session. So I would leave you in that third future probably for 10 minutes or something. That's what I would do. In future 3, you embody, you have an embodied installation. So it pairs your desired identity, what you really always wanted to be, with your interoceptive state, so what you're feeling inside, and makes that desired future, and also the second future, real enough and more likely to happen. Because the third future is like, well, can't really, get rid of my kids, that's not possible. However, I'm compromising with myself so that I want the second life now. The prediction error, you get a prediction error basically, and you have a perceptual update for the future. So after sessions, you will be more emotional resilient. You will be more stress resistant. And this just happens. And then future pacing it, every time you sleep, every time you dream, that just reinforces it. It's just basic future pacing. And this is the kind of, Robert Dill's pyramid in a different style, because he's right, those components are valid. However, this is the evidence-based pyramid. When you put future visioning on there, or any kind of visualization. Oh yes, what I forgot, future visioning and this kind of making your emotions, feeling your emotions and a hypnotic state, because it is a state, that makes this much more powerful than just mantras or standard visualization. And this is the beyond visualization part that I was talking about. I just forgot the slide. But, okay, so you will hesitate less because it feels more possible to do it now, and your brain's already seen it happen. So yes, it can happen. Predictions updated. You change your behavior, and your environment changes as well, and vice versa. So, oh God, I really need to declutter. It's like 5 minutes. Okay, I really need to declutter. You're going to start decluttering very often. That's the case. It reduces your stress. And again, as we talked about, it's going to have an impact, positive impact on your health.